First thing that I want to kind of do with you is I need to reintroduce the term additive structure with you. That's new. I haven't covered it yet. I have done multiplicative structure though. So why don't we do multiplicative structure first? Look at the equivalency ratio table and can you tell me what the multiplicative structure is? And if it confuses you this way, watch what I can do and then it'll click in. First ratio, 3 to 12. What's the multiplicative structure? Maybe if you see it that way, I'll see more hands. Job. Right, we're multiplying each quantity by 4. That's called our multiplicative structure. I think I've mentioned additive structure once or twice, but never stressed it. And to be honest with you, I'm not in love with additive structure. But do you know what the additive structure is? And it varies for each column. Let me help you. What's the additive structure or pattern of that first column? Lee. We're adding 3. Then what are we doing here? Made that more confusing than it needed to be. What about the second column? Angelina. Adding 12. Not crazy about additive. Multiplicative is important. What about the value of this equivalency ratio table? What's the value? That also is important. You're spending time on that. Matt, 1 to 4. Now I'm going to do something with you that I think makes a lot of sense because you're going to see it later on anyway. Do you have room on your right side? Right? Don't write too big because you're going to need a lot of space. Binders is B. Folders, it's going to be F. Starting with the value of the ratio, how many folders for one binder? Come on, guys, think. Caitlin.
4.
No, it's not on this table, is it? What about 2 binders? How many folders? We changed seats this morning. You're behind Angelina. On my desk is fine. 2 binders. How many folders, Sam?
8.
3 binders. Chris.
12.
And if you get lost, all we're doing is taking the left-hand column and multiplying by 4 to get us the right. Notice when we hit 3 to 12, that's the first ratio that they actually give us in that table. Sam, you're killing me. Let me help you.
Oh,
Sam, let me help you. That was crazy. All right, let's get back to this. 4 binders. Four binders. Come on. Jade. 5 binders. Mikey. 6 binders. JFR.
6 binders is 22.
No, that's our next match in the given table that they give us. See, they're not giving us every one, what I call the tweener ratios. there's stuff in between that they don't list. Kind of important to understand that in lesson 11 as we move forward. Let's finish it up. 7 binders. Just shout it out. 8,
32,
9,
36,
9 times 4, 10,
40,
11,
44,
and 12.
48.
And we match at 9 and we match up at 12. See, that's kind of what I don't like additive structure. Because truthfully, now what's your additive structure for the left side? 1. What's your additive structure for the right side? 4, which by the way, 1 and 4 is the value of the ratio. That's a leap in itself to understand how this ratio table on the left is no different than the ratio table on the right. The one on the right is just more complete with every single possible equivalency ratio table or ratio between 1 and 12. That now being said, the next questions can fall into place. Look at number 3. How many folders can we expect for 4 binders? See here, they didn't have 4 binders. You'd have to figure it out. But now you got it. 4 binders. How many folders? So, yep, there it is. Now the next 2 we've got to kind of continue. But if you know the value of the ratio, or even your TRF, you could figure anything out that they give you. If you want to do it as TRF, binders to folders. Value of the ratio, 1 to 4. Now, 25 binders. Well, binders is at the top. 4 corners. How many folders is that? Did I lose you? Matt, what's your constant? That's your multiplicative structure. What's your constant? Right, multiplying from 1. Remember, constant gets you the equivalency ratio. Multiplicative structure is what you're multiplying to get one quantity in the ratio to the bottom quantity. TRF again. Binders, folders, 1, 4, 80 folders. Nick Mathis. Got it, 20. Are we good? Now, go to the next page. All I want you to do is read it quietly to yourself and look at the 3 data tables, or the 3 equivalency ratio tables. I'm curious to see whether you guys can do this in your small groups on your own or not. The goal, or the gist, is to try to figure out who texts the quickest and who texts the slowest. And there's different ways that you can figure it out, because you've got ratios that are all kind of all over the place. But there is a way to do it and figure out who texts the fastest and who's the slowest. So take about 5 minutes, get into your groups, develop a strategy. Whatever you come up with, I just want to be able to talk about it when you're done, because there's different ways that you can do it. And I'm curious to hear what you come up with. So group up and go. All right, take a look at your results. Raise your hand if you have as the fastest Maria. Okay, hands down. Raise your hand if you have as the fastest Jenna. Raise your hand if you have Michaela as the fastest. All right, hands down. For the slowest, how many have Maria? How many have Jenna? How many have Michaela? That's pretty impressive. You are right. Michaela is the fastest and Maria's the slowest. But more interestingly, I want to know how you did it. Because look, make believe Jenna wasn't even here, and you were just comparing Michaela and Maria. Well, if they're both 3 minutes, obviously, Michaela would be able to type more in 3 minutes than Maria. Then all you would have to do is try to see, find 3 minutes for Jenna, and you'll know fastest and slowest, but there isn't 3 minutes for Jenna. So you've got to look at another strategy or another way to do it, and I'm curious to hear how you did it. JFR, come on up.
I did 120 divided by 3, which I got 40. And then I put that down for everyone. For this one, I did 50.
What'd you divide by?
Divided by 3.
Let me show everybody that. Not to that yet. Alright, I know you can't reach up there, but I'll write it for you. What do you have?
50.
What about here?
45.
Now, believe it or not, what did you do?
Because it's minutes.
But what did you, when you do that, what have you done that we just did? What did he find? Joe? Technically, yes, you did, but what did we just do in lesson 8? Sam?
The value of the ratio.
He found the value of the ratio. Value of this ratio table, when you divide by 3, both quantities, is 1 to 50. For Jenna, 1 to 45. And for Maria, 1 to 40. Now, when everybody has the same amount of minutes, which is 1, you could figure out right away who the fastest is and who the slowest is. There's another way to do it. Tim, what'd you do?
I did 150 divided by 3, 90 divided by 2, and then 120 divided by 3.
Okay, which is in essence finding the value of the ratio. That's what we did. We got a rate for 1 minute for each. There's another way to do it. Anybody do it a different way? How many did it this way? Which I think, honestly, is really the best way. If you can get to the value of the ratio. It won't work all the time, but it works in this case. You can do it. There's another way you can do it. What'd you do?
I looked at 6 minutes for Maria and Jana, and I made Michaela set for 6 minutes too. For Michaela, it was 320 quiz for 6 minutes, and it was 270.
All right, run it by me again. Start over again.
Well,
You're looking at the 6, right?
Yeah.
Okay, you got a 6 for 2 out of 3 people. Now what?
For Michaela, I put it for 6 minutes, and then I subtracted 350 from 30, and I got 320.
Sort of. We don't have a 6 here, do we? What can we do to create the 6? So,
Well, okay, I'm probably absolutely wrong, and I have like absolutely no idea, and I'm just absolutely guessing.
go ahead, throw it out there.
Well, I started with Kayla and Maria. They both have 3s. So,
Right.
I try to give Jenna a 3. I'm almost right now.
Okay, let's do it that way.
Like, I absolutely have no idea.
We've got 2 people with 3s. And we got 1 person with 6. Now what?
6, I use that.
What can you, right, you can use that 6.
70 and divide by 2.
Okay, divide 6 by 2. What do you get? Obviously, well, 6 divided by 2.
All 3.
We have a 3. 270 divided by 2.
I know. Oh, wait, 145. Yeah. Well, I thought we did it.
135.
I got like 90 from the 2, then I added 45 because like 90 divided
You
by 2
could do that. You could do that. Yup, you could do that. All right. The key is we have to get the same minutes for everybody, whether it's through the value or by creating an equivalency ratio. Look what we have. Technically, we have TRF there. We're just basically dividing both quantities by 2 to get the equivalency ratio. So if you do it that way, everybody types 3 minutes. Whoever has the most words in 3 minutes, Michaela in this case, she's the fastest texter. Or typer, what are we doing? Texter. Nick, you started to talk about the other way. Suppose we do it this way. I'm going to leave it out to the group to see if you can figure this one out. What about this? We have a 3. We have a 3. Now what? Or let me reverse that. We did the 3s. What about this? We have a 6 and we have a 6. We don't have a 6 for Michaela. Can you make one? Chris.
Since wait, never mind. I was looking at the wrong one.
Did I lose you guys? Remember I told you this was going to be elite. Come on, you can create a 6. We've done it. What can we use from Michaela to create a 6? Watch what happens when I put it the way that you've been seeing it all along. 3 to 150. It's 4 corners. We've done it. Lee.
You multiply 3 times 2 to get the 6.
You got it. You create an equivalency ratio. Now we have a 6. In 6 minutes, who types the fastest? Everybody? Who types the slowest? So there's a lot of different ways to do it. I still think if you can get to the value of the ratio, that's your best bet. It won't always work, but it works in this case. Okay? All right, last thing for today. I want everybody to get back in the groups, and all I want you to do is page 4. Come to me when you're done. Page 4 only.
Wait, our homework's page 11.
Homework's page 11. Oh, wait, time out. I'm wrong. We're skipping 4 and 5 because I kind of already taught you all 3 different ways on those pages. I want you guys to do, ready? I'm going to write it over here. Everybody do page 6 in your groups. Come to me when you're done if you get it right, and I like the explanation. Just 6. If you get it right, after you check with me, you can start your homework.